What if I told you the next UFC superstar was already better than all the heavyweights in the UFC? Olympic gold medalist, freak athlete, and the biggest prospect in combat sports, Gable Steveson. Is he the next Brock Lesnar? Is he the next John Jones? Or is he something even bigger? Hello everybody, it is We Fight All Night, and we are back with another episode of the MMA and Boxing Show. And today we are featuring none other than the biggest prospect in MMA, Olympic gold medalist, former NFL player, former WWE athlete, and the future of the UFC, Gable Steveson. Now, if you do not know Gable Steveson, you soon will. So, not only in MMA or the UFC. So, let me break this down real quick. So, the landscape of the heavyweight division in the UFC has been pretty dry for quite some time. Not only has the heavyweight division been dry for quite some time, but the quality of American champions has been dry for quite some time. Gable Steveson fills all of the checks. So if you don't know Gable Steveson, you soon will. Gable Steveson is very young in his MMA career. Although he's only 3-0, he is 25 years old and also has NFL experience as well as a gold medal at the 2020 Olympics. Gable Steveson is basically a once-in-a-generation type of freak athlete. So yes, this guy is cutting to make the heavyweight limit, but he has speed like a small guy, and we need to go test this guy's vertical, because we've seen him leap directly over ropes, so he's got to be clearing at least 30 something inches. He's hitting backflips, and shoot, we've seen him wrestle with the best of them, so we know the athleticism is one of a kind. Back at UFC 327, let's just get to the clip real quick, but I'll let you guys know. Back at UFC 327, Gable Steveson was announced as the latest signing for the UFC, which is a major signing. So if you go back to one of my previous videos, I did predict Gable Steveson to be signed already, but I did predict him to appear on the UFC White House card, which I would have loved to happen.
We are happy to announce at this time, Gable Steveson has been signed by the UFC. He will make his debut at International Fight Week, July 11th in Las Vegas.
One thing you should note is who Gable Steveson was sitting next to. So, yeah, that's John Jones, of course, as everybody should know. But it wasn't just like, oh, yeah, hey, hey, John Jones, how you doing? You want to sit next to me at this UFC? No. John Jones is the coach of Gable Steveson. So we are looking at the passing of the guard as we know it. This is the GOAT of MMA, passing the torch over to the future of MMA. Now, if Tom Aspinall really wants to get John Jones to come outside, how about you call out Gable Steveson? How about you call out Gable Steveson and dominate that young man? If you dominated that young man, John Jones would have no choice but to come outside. Trust me. Trust and believe. But that's the one thing about the heavyweight division. Yes, there are a lot of decorated wrestlers in the UFC, but off the top of my head, I'd probably say Curtis Blades is the most current decorated wrestler in the heavyweight division. Maybe even Josh Hockett at this point, being that he did get the win over Curtis Blades. And I do not imagine either of these guys being able to compete with the likes of Gable Steveson on the mat at all whatsoever. And that's all due respect to Josh Hockett and all due respect to Curtis Blades, but I'll be honest, man, this guy is a dog. And the heavyweight division has not seen this type of Olympic-style pedigree since Daniel Cormier. And we all saw the run of Daniel Cormier. And coming in at the age of 25 years old, this guy, Gable Steveson, has a chance to put the UFC's heavyweight division on his back for the better part of the next 10 years. Tom Aspinall, if you plan on finishing out that contract, Gable Steveson better be on that last part of that contract, because if you try to get out of here and not fight this guy, that would be robbery to all the fans of the sport, followers of the Tom Aspinall brand. And man, you would let the UK down as a whole if you didn't give this guy Gable Steveson a shot. Gable Steveson also did call out Tom Aspinall. So you know that little weird thing where some fighters don't say certain fighters' name? Well, Gable Steveson entered the UFC, didn't even have a fight yet, and he is already mentioning the champ. You could see where that man's head is at, and he wants all the smoke. Let's get right into the clip.
Personally, who would I like to go against?
Yeah.
When John finally hangs it up, the next best guy in line is Tom Aspinall. Someone got to take that off his shoulders.
So let me know what you think about Gable Steveson. Is he the next big superstar in the UFC, or is he just a hype train? Do you think he matches up well with Tom Aspinall? If not, who else would you like to see Gable matched up with? Drop your comments down below. This has been it for another episode of the MMA and Boxing Show. It's your boy. We fight all night, and I'm out.